Hi everybody, welcome back to Algebra 1. Today we are going over how to solve equations when we have variables on both sides and combining like terms. So as a reminder, we have the steps on the top of the notes to help walk you through it. The first thing that you're going to be worrying about is eliminating any parentheses. You'll notice in all the problems that we do today, there are no parentheses, so you don't need to worry about that step. Second, we're going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So remember, same side means the same operation. If it tells you to add, you're adding. If it tells you to subtract, you are going to subtract. Step 3 tells us that we need to move all variables to one side by adding or subtracting. This is where opposite side, you do the opposite operation. All right, so let's go ahead. After that, we are going to move all the numbers to either side by adding or subtracting. That again is opposite side, opposite operation. And then finally, we multiply and divide. You'll notice that majority of the times, our last step is dividing. So if we go ahead and keep those steps in mind and look at letter A, I'm going to start by drawing my division line through the equation. So I'm dividing into my two sides. If you look on the left-hand side of the equation, you will see that there are no like terms. However, on the right side of the equation, you will see that you have a 2x and a negative 5x. Because those guys are like terms, I'm going to take care of those ones next. I'm going to carry everything else that I do not touch down the problem. So I have my 4x minus 6 still left on the left side. But now, what does 2x's take away 5x's? Great job. That's negative 3x. And I still have plus 22. Now, if we look at our equation, we see that I have a 3x, I should say a negative 3x on the right side, and I have a 4x on the left side. That means I need to do opposite side, opposite operations. I'm going to take that negative 3x and I'm going to add 3x to both sides. By doing so, I eliminate my variable on the right-hand side, and now I just do what it tells me. What is 4x's plus 3x's? Great job, that gives you 7x. I'm going to carry down my minus 6 is equal to 22. Remember, opposite sides, opposite operations. Does everybody see how there's a negative 6 on the left side and a 22 on the right-hand side? Good. So we're going to do the opposite operations. What is the opposite of a negative 6? It is a positive 6, so plus 6 to both sides. So I end up with 7x is equal to 28. My final step says I need to multiply or divide. In this case, I'm going to divide both sides by 7. So I get x is equal to, you guessed it, 4. Great job on that problem. Let's look at letter B. We're going to follow the same steps for letter B. I'm going to start by dividing my problem down the center. And I'm going to highlight any like terms that I see. On the left-hand side, do you guys see any like terms? No. On the right-hand side, do you? You sure do. You have a negative 2x and you have a negative x. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and add in my missing number so I don't get confused. This negative x is like saying a negative 1x. Now that I have that written down, I'm going to go through and rewrite everything in the problem. So negative 3x minus 3 equals negative 2. But I'm going to go ahead and subtract those guys. So what is negative 2 minus 1x? Well, negative 2 minus 1 is a negative 3. Don't forget your x. I now see that I have variables on both sides of the equation. So I'm going to start by adding 3x to the right side. And I'm going to add 3x to the left side. Okay, wait a second. A negative 3x and a positive 3x cancel out. On the left-hand side, a negative 3x and a positive 3x cancel out again. So on my left-hand side, I have a negative 3. On the right, I have a negative 2. Is negative 3 the same as negative 2? No, that's not equal. So this one is no solution. I hope this is making a little bit more sense for you all. Let's look at letter C. Looking at letter C, I'm going to start by dividing down the center again. Get in the habit of highlighting or circling your like terms. It makes it a lot easier to figure out what you need to combine together and how. I have 7x's plus 2x's. So 7x's plus 2x's give me how many x's? You guessed it. It gives me 9x's. And then I still have the minus 4 is equal to 4x plus 21. Next up, opposite sides, opposite operations. This positive 4x, how do I move it over? Minus 4x to both sides. I'm minusing 4x, cancels out the x's on the right-hand side. What does 9x's take away 4x's? Right, it's 5x's. I still have the minus 4 is equal to 21. Next up, I need to take that minus 4 and bring it to the other side. Opposite side, opposite operations. Opposite of minus is a plus 4. So I have 5x is equal to, what's 21 plus 4? You guys are on fire today. It is 25. Go ahead, divide both sides by that 5, and you end up with x is equal to 5. Fantastic job. What I would like you guys to do to make sure you understand these problems fully, go ahead and hit pause. When you have finished trying out numbers 2 and 5 down below, then hit start so you can see if your answers are correct. So again, hit pause and do numbers 2 and 5 right now. How did you guys do? Did you get -1 for number 2 and no solution for number 5? If you still have questions, please see your teacher to clarify what may have gone wrong. Otherwise, check the haiku page to see what your homework is for tonight. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a fabulous day. See you soon.